Good evening and welcome to channel Yemaswati News. My name is Yemaswati. Before we start with our news bulletin, let's take a look at our top stories making headlines this half an hour. The Minister for Sports, Culture and Youth Affairs, Honorable Harris Matsebulunga, officially launched the Jovela Industry Campaign. The Manzini Ndabazabantu, Mr. Tamsangatigati, paid a visit to the Kumalo homestead at Luyangweni over a dispute that has been going on for some time now. And finally, parents from St. Christian High School were very furious today during a parents and teachers meeting held at the school. Before we carry on with our news bulletin, viewers at home, I'd like to reiterate the message you've just seen from the Office of the Minister of Health as well as the National Disaster Management Agency, sponsored by UNICEF, that encourages Yemaswati to play their part in fighting against the spread of COVID-19 under the Mtini Receiver campaign. And now we start with our news bulletin. The Minister for Sports, Culture and Youth Affairs, Honorable Harris Matsebulunga, officially launched the Jovela Industry Campaign. This is a campaign carried out by the ministry in an effort to ensure that the entertainment industry opens, of encouraging artists and other sporting personalities as well as supporters and fans of these two industries to vaccinate. The event was held at the Business ESWATINI premises in Emafini today. We have a report. The Minister for Sports, Culture and Youth Affairs, Honorable Matsebulunga, today officially opened the Jovela Industry Campaign. This is a campaign to encourage young people from the arts industry as well as from the sports industry to ensure that they all get their vaccination against COVID-19. The event was held at the Emafini Business ESWATINI headquarters office, and this is where they encouraged young people to ensure that they also take part in taking the opportunity in fighting against the spread of COVID-19. The Minister for Sports, Culture and Youth Affairs stated that other countries that have already vaccinated adequately have started opening some industries, including the entertainment industry as well as sporting activities. The minister stated that people have seen that the English Premier League now has supporters and their stadium filling them to the brim, as well as the Met Gala, which was cancelled in 2020, went ahead in New York this year on Monday.
So namuhla ke sitokhuthada labo labathanza entertainment go arts industry labalandzela abahlabeleli ma comedians nalabanye labajabulisa sive phinze labo labathanza temidlalo ngokuthi nabo ababambise uhulumende bajove nababambisa uhulumende kulokujova ukuthi live nalo litofana nalamanye amave ligcine tenyukile tinombolo sifike kunako leba kubita ngathi pheceledi herd immunity ngokuthi more than 60% wale population seyijova.
Mr. Andrew Leroux, who comes from Business ESWATINI, says as an entity they are still going to assist and support government in ensuring that they go ahead with COVID-19 drive in fighting against the spread and also keeping Yemaswati protected from the spread of COVID-19.
Is that our vaccination rates are too low. There is so much misinformation, and especially as the age groups that now qualify for vaccination are being approached.
Mr. Stanley Dlamini, who is the Chief Executive Officer of the ESWATINI National Council of Arts and Culture, stated that they really appreciate this mandate and initiative and therefore do encourage artists to ensure that they take part in this opportunity so that they may also have their industry reopened.
Kungaba kuqinisa eSwatini business community ukuthi avele lithuba lelinjengaleli ngoba lenda ukuthi sibone ukuthi singama partners nanathi when it comes to the economy of this country in terms of festivals and entertainment.
Bonginkosi Dlamini, who is well known as Dr. Shakes, who is a local comedian, encouraged his peers to ensure that they also take part in the vaccination process as he is already long vaccinated. He stated that side effects are a temporary thing and people should not be skeptical because of the side effects.
Ngibonga lo msebenzi lomuhle kangaka lo lethwe ngebusiness eSwatini nema-artists ne-industry. Ngakhuthatha ke nabasemakhaya ukuthi nabo abajove njengoba sesivile letinye tikhulumo esishito ukuthi nama singajova sonke le industry ethu ingavuleka. So longa kajove ekhaya ngasho ukuthi akabe yajove then famous side effects info longa khona kuyitheklisha nawe.
The vaccination sites are still going to be announced countrywide to ensure that young people and artists and entertainment lovers as well as sports lovers all go and take the opportunity to get their vaccine. I'm Kanyesile Mabuza for Channel Yemaswati News with Kimberly Mavuso Emafeni. The Minister for Tourism and Environmental Affairs, Honorable Moses Bilagadi, today officially opened the Zipline Adventure by Sebebe Resort. This is an initiative or activity that is currently the second one in the Kingdom of Eswatini, and many people have since wanted to gain the experience. We have a report. The Minister for Tourism and Environmental Affairs, Honorable Moses Vilagati, today officially opened the Zipline Adventure that is located at the Sebebe Resort today. The Minister stated that this is imperative because it is not only going to attract foreign travelers to be tourists in the Kingdom of Eswatini, but it is also going to promote domestic tourism because it's been observed from time to time that people leave the country to go and get such experiences. The Minister stated that this is the second zipline adventure in the country, as the first one is located at Maloloja. It was revealed that the zipline length is 400 meters long.
Besitimisele ukuthi digcine noma tiba 4 kulo lonke leli vela lithi. Yena lapho sabuka ukuthi bantu nabeta batodichaza bangachaza kuphi. Ikakhulu ngabantu ababe domestic tourism ababekhaya. Abantu sebanayo emathuba ema-choice ukuthi bangaya kuphi baye kuphi batijabulise. Siyatibongela nje kakhulu kulomsebenzi. Siphinzeke sabona nale likhaya lesintu lela lapho bakhombisa khona ukuthi ngesiswati kwentiwa naku nanaku.
The minister stated that the Kingdom of Eswatini is working hard towards improving tourism in the country, and therefore it is in their strategy as the ministry to ensure that they also increase the number of zipline adventures in the country to 4. I am Kanyesile Mabuza for Channel Yemaswati News with Kimberly Mavuso, Buluzi. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Development today at Happy Valley Hotel put an end to the Joe Cox project that has been carried out for the past 2 years. This was during a summit where all councillors and mayors were all in the presence of the Principal Secretary, who was representing the Ministry for Home Affairs during this event. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, in partnership with the Common Local Government Forum, Gender Links, and the Eswatini Local Government Association, through the funding from the United Kingdom's Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, has been implementing the Joe Cox project for about 2 years now. The project is intended to increase the participation of women in local politics and economic development in 4 Southern African countries. That is Eswatini, Lesotho, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. The Joe Cox project is coming to an end in the current month, and today the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, represented by the Principal Secretary in the Ministry, Mr. Clifford Mamba, hosted the Joe Cox Project Summit at the Happy Valley Hotel. This is where they were sharing the results of the project's challenges and lessons learned, and also to find a way forward. The Principal Secretary explains further.
So uyaphela leyo msebenzi sitobonga lokhu kuye lusiba wemangisi nahulumende wawe mangisi usibambisa silive lemaswati siba kangwane ukuthi cha basibambisile bekune nokho basibambisile nje sithatha thina ukuthi kube umsebenzi lomuhle lo sifisa ke ukuthi mina ngabe kukhona mhlawumbe labangathuke bakuhwaya emabhodweni abo baphinze basiphose ngala ukuthi uqhuba lo msebenzi lomuhle nakangaka ngoba umphumela wawo siubonile ukuthi kube ube ngilomuhle sive senkosi sisitakele besifisa ukuthi siqhubeke sisitakale unabe khona indlela bengadenta ukuthi baphinze basibambise eminyakeni eminye ledawo.
Joining the summit were the chief executive officers of all the towns and cities in the kingdom, the mayors, councillors, and also the women who are very interested in partaking in the business sector in all the towns. I am Kanyisile Mavusa for Channel Yemaswati News with Kimberly Mavuso Ezulwini. Today at the George Hotel, the UNFPA office in Eswatini made an official handover of family planning material. This material is going to assist Yemaswati in all 4 regions of the kingdom and was handed over to all the representatives of the regions at this very same event. We have a report.
UNFPA, in supporting the government of Eswatini, has now handed over training material for family planning to the Ministry of Health. According to Margaret Tembe, who is from UNFPA head office, she stated that they are committed as UNFPA to ensure issues of family planning are taken care of to reduce unintended pregnancies.
We remain committed as UNFPA to prioritize SRH. As I mentioned, that we are an SRH Arab agency for the United Nations system. And also, we are implementing the government of Eswatini and UNFPA 7th country program.
The Deputy Director at the Public Health, Margaret Joyce Ngambule, received the material on behalf of the Ministry of Health.
It is a great honor for me to come and receive the family planning equipment on behalf of the ministry, following the support from the DFID supported preventing maternal death in East and Southern Africa, funding that was received by the country 2016 and 2017 through the UN partner, that is our advocacy partner in the UNFPA.
The materials donated can cost over 3 million emalangeni. Reporting for Yemaswati Channel, I am Nhlanhla Twala at the George Hotel in Manzini.
Mr. Tamsang Ngatigati, who is the Ndabazabandu for the Manzini region today, paid a visit to Luyengweni homestead at the Khumalo homestead where there has been a home dispute between Mr. Johannes Khumalo and Pamela Khumalo. He has been following this matter for quite some time, and it has been aired on Channel Yemaswati a number of times. We have a report.
Following the Luyengweni disputes that involves the Khumalo family of Mr. Johannes Khumalo and Mage Pamela Khumalo, that has been going on for a while. It is said that Mage Pamela Khumalo gave the place to Mr. Johannes and later on claimed it back, which then caused the dispute. Today, Manzini Ndabazabandu Tamsang Ngatigati visited the home to have a look around the homestead.
Kwekuthi kunesikhala sokuthi vele kulesiduke sakhishwa akaphumile wekunene wasehamba uyokhala ka-RA aphile. Bengiyothi bukela nje ukuthi vele kukanjani. Nangempela ngifice eligede vele liyakhiwe. Labantwana okuthiwa kubile ngekhaya silo bahleli ngaphandle bengiyothi bukela nje ukuthi le tindlu ukhala ngato bangikhombisile ke le tindlu ukuthi yonayi le ndlu le yakabo lena yakhiwe ngenkani. Inhlahla lehle bengangena basendluku naba emphasize ukuthi vele wakha ngenkani bammisile kwambe kuyogcwalisa nje tonke ledzinga, otherwise indzaba vele yaphela likhaya kubantu nafuna balithole kuthi umuntu ofuna amuke ekhaya.
The Khumalo family that is staying at the homestead denied an interview with this television station, expressing that their lawyers advised them not to appear on TV. But they explained that Ndabazabandu arrived at their homestead and did not say anything to them. Reporting for Yemaswati Channel, I am Nhlanhla Twala at Luyengweni.
Mani, khumbula kutsi kuchawulana nekutsinzana ungathelelana i-COVID-19. Qaphela, khumbula kutsi kubambelana sinatfwa ingilasenye nako kungathelelana i-COVID-19. Ungachubeki, khumbula kuvikela labaseceleni kwakho ngekutsimlela ingosela. Bagcini besive, asende kuhamba ngemigomo ekuvikela i-COVID-19. indlela lensha yethu sonke ukuphila kude sitigcine siphephile kanye nesive sonke asikhumbutane njalo ngalesikutshelwa litiko letempilo nge-COVID-19 asikwende konke gcoka sifonyo geza tandla ngensipho nemanti lahambako gcina umkhathi uphindze ugweme ticubu mgcini wesive ungapheli mandla i-COVID ingakapheli.
The Kingdom of Eswatini joins the international community in commemoration for the International Day for the Preservation of the Ozone Layer under the theme, Keeping Us, Our Food and Vaccines Cool.
Welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us. I'd also like to take this opportunity and welcome all of our viewers who have just tuned into channel Yemaswati News. And now before we continue with our news bulletin, we're going to take a look at our international story for tonight, where a Rosemary Ndlovu, who is a former police officer in the Republic of South Africa, appeared before the courts today for allegedly masterminding the death of 6 of her relatives, including her boyfriend, where it is alleged that she cashes out on their funeral and life covers. We have a report. Rosemary Ndlovu is alleged to have called hits on 6 family members, including her boyfriend. She appeared at the Palm Ridge Magistrate Court in front of the Gauteng High Court in Johannesburg. There is video footage evidence of her ordering a hitman not to shoot or stab her sister and her 5 children, but to set them alight. In the video, she is heard saying that she will check herself into a hospital so she could have an alibi. This video was captured by an undercover police officer, and the hits would be carried out at Bookbuck Ridge. Ndlovu denied all these allegations, saying that the video was staged. She says that the personal identification and medical documents of her targets that were found at her house were all the police's imagination. There is no such thing, and there were no hospital records and insurance documents in her house. She also tried to order a hit on her mother and her sister, her nephews and her nieces. It is stated that the one sister she managed to kill, she poisoned and strangled her in her room in Tembisa in 2013. It is alleged that Ndlovu killed her boyfriend and 5 relatives to cash in on their funeral and life policies that she took out in their names. It is stated that her boyfriend, Maurice Mabasa, died in October 2015 after being stabbed more than 80 times. And Ndlovu allegedly cashed in over 131,000 rand of death policies she had already opened in Mabasa's name. Ndlovu testified today that Mabasa had left her for work on 13 October 2015, and then she later tried reaching him on his work and personal cell phones, but the 2 gadgets were off. According to the evidence of a police officer, Colonel Caroline Mulawa, she testified that signatures on the Ashipol live cover alleged to be those of Mabasa were not the same. Mulawa also claimed that one of the signatures under Mabasa's live cover policy was fake. And it is stated that today Ndlovu was evasive in court and failed to answer serious questions and instead broke down in tears. It is stated that Ndlovu had a tendency of asking her relatives to provide her with their birth dates so that she could buy them and send them cakes on their birthdays. I am Kanyesile Mabuza for Channel Yemaswati News, Ngoyoyo. Coming back to the Kingdom of Eswatini, parents of students who attend same Christian high school today were very furious after learning the news of a possible transfer of their current head teacher to Masibegela High School. The parents are not very pleased because they say that they have seen the results of their academic success that their children have been getting under this current head teacher. We have a report. Today at same Christian high school, when there was a parents and teachers meeting, there was emotions all over the place as the parents were not very happy about the administrative transfer from same Christian high school to Masibegela High School of their head teacher. They stated that there's been a transfer letter from the Teaching Service Commission dated 8 September 2020 that is transferring their current head teacher to Masibegela High School. The parents feel very strongly about this because they were very pleased with the services of this head teacher, claiming that their children were actually getting better academic marks.
bese laba labakhonda emission labafike intombi batosiqoshela abantu labafundzisa abantwana bethu esikolweni.
Asikwathi nakulokwendeka kuyasukela nje uhluphude umuntu ubeke lapha ulahle lapha. Ngisiphi lesikolo esikazi sisebenze kahle athathwe tishela nhloko ahanjiswe.
Asuthanza umsindo futhi sikhula nale nhlonipho iyasinka la ngqondweni ukuthi into ofuna utende ngenhlonipho, but asifuni ukuthi umuntu asihlokolote emehlweni. If it calls for ukuthi sibuye sonke sitomalana, let it be.
Labantu abethu leli kusasa labantu abethu sithi vele iCovid lefike yasikhuphula asale bahamba makenyana bede lutho ngabo. Number 1. Number 2, isayimi ine syllabus lehlukile naletinye itikolo. That's one of the other reasons thina labayibadala lesithide asikhonke bahigh, but we can go to same.
Channel Yemaswati reporters also conducted an interview with a member of the school committee who also reiterated what the parents said and stated that most of the necessary steps that are usually taken during a transfer were omitted in this one.
But taken by surprise last week Thursday when he was served by TSC in what let's see bamnika 5 days in the school. Given same high school syllabus. They stated that they are very unhappy, especially because Mr. Stanley Ndluli, who is the current head teacher, is going to retire after 1 year anyway. I'm Kanyisile Mabuza for Channel Yemaswati News with Kimberly Mavuso in Babani. Over 1,000 homesteads at Duma, Mbega, Mkulamini and Nyageni respectively will now have access to clean running water. This follows the fact that Micro Projects has since constructed a water tank that is going to provide all these places with clean potable water. We have a report.
Since 1996, Duma area in Manzini does not have adequate water supply. That is when Micro Projects stood up for the issue. As we speak, more than 1,000 homesteads from Duma, Mkulamini, Mbega and Nyageni are benefiting from the water project. Babe Butopo of Duma, Mr. Vusmuzi Tedfa, has thanked Micro Project.
Nyalonje secishe sesiqedile sekuncane lokusela etsatewethu ngoba nje nyalo bese kubiwa lemisele lemincane lamapipe lamancane lawala ngena nje kuleto tindzawo le main line kadze yaphela bese kusho ukuthi nje nyalo emanti bawaphambile lapha ethangeni kubo Thandi agcwele nje lithanga nyalo sebafanele bavule ke bawayise lemapipini ba-check la mapipe ukuthi a-connecteke kahle ngoba na kufika emanti abese lamanye ayabhama asayafa, so bafuna kubuka lokho nje nyalo ukuthi ngicabanga ukuthi basinika maybe isikhathi esingangabo 2 weeks babuka lokho emva kwalokho sebasinika tikhiya temanti.
More than 4,000 people will benefit from the water. Reporting for Yemaswati Channel, I am Nuhlanhla Twala at Duma in Manzini.
9 police nurses under the Royal ESWATINI Police Service were under training at the Happy Valley Hotel today. This is going to take place in a 3-day course that was officially opened by the Senior Deputy Commissioner, Lydia Dlamini. They are going to be trained on reporting and also reporting and recording all the cases that they come across at their clinics. We have a report. The Senior Deputy National Commissioner of Police, Madam Lydia Dlamini, officially opened a 3-day course for 9 police officers who are nurses who are working for the 4 police clinics located countrywide. This course is going to assist them on reporting and monitoring of cases at all the clinics. Madam Lydia Dlamini stated that this is a course that is facilitated by the Ministry of Health and sponsored by Georgetown University and PEPFAR from America. Dlamini stated that the police clinics are not only providing health care to police officers, but also to the general public who pop in from time to time.
Our gratitude and appreciation to Georgetown University and PEPFAR for their technical and financial support towards the health programs of the Royal ESWATINI Police Service over the years. Consequently, the training program could not have materialized without support from Georgetown University, PEPFAR, and the Center for Disease Control, which focuses on the importance of achieving epidemic control in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, here today, we have our health staff, as Madam Zanele has already indicated, who all share something in common, a desire to learn from one another and from the program facilitators, and to stay up to date on how they can accomplish their mandate in order to ensure good service delivery.
Dr. Samson Wamba, who is the country resident director of Georgetown University, stated that this assistance that is provided by the police clinics is also important, so it is very vital to capture the data of those assisted at the clinics so they know who is getting assisted and who is not, to account for their services as well as their outcome.
At this moment, I'm excited because the police health services has been going through all those stages of development of the health force, as well as the services that are being provided. The police health service has continued to, as mentioned earlier, to adopt the standards of care from the Ministry of Health and apply them to the police force itself.
Today was the first day of 3 days of the training for all 9 officers, which is going to continue at the Happy Valley Hotel. I am Kanyisile Mabuza for Channel Yemaswati News, Zulwini. And now for our sports news. Yemaswati's football club has shown sportsmanship by supporting Royal Leopards as they are on their way to Zambia to play the second leg against Zanaco FC. The football club made a presentation of water and energy drinks to the team that is going to represent the country in Zambia very soon. Royal Leopards, a soccer team under the Royal ESWATINI Police Service, today received gifts from Babane Swallows. These gifts are those of water and an energy juice to assist them as they are off to Zambia to play the second leg of their game against Zanaco FC. This is under the CAF Championship, and the first leg was played in the Kingdom of Eswatini last week at the Mavuso Sports Center. Presenting the gifts was Zandile Zwane, who comes from Babane Swallows, who stated that teams should be supportive of each other, especially when Royal Leopards is in this position, since they are going to be representing the Kingdom of Eswatini in Zambia.
The next time
The representative of the National Commissioner of Police expressed his utmost appreciation to Mbabane Swallows and encouraged the players of Royal Leopards to ensure that they shine and lift the flag high in Zambia. Mr. Aso Boza, who comes from the Eswatini Football Association, also stated that it is encouraging indeed to see other teams understanding the role that is played by another team when representing the kingdom outside.
nema results abuya eveni njengoba nitawubuya nawo le eZambia njengoba nitawuphuma nje nyalo
sithemba ukuthi amadoda atawufaka imali ngoba vele lana ngibona ngathi energetic inike amandla ngicabanga sitahamba silumelela kahle live cause nyalo asadlaleli ukuthi si-Royal Leopards kuphela but sesimele live.
Ngiyajabula nje ukuthi most emaswati ayasho ukuthi ama-results siyesibuye nawo.
I am Kanyisile Mambuza for Channel Yemaswati News in a report compiled by Kimberly Mavuso in Babane.
And with that, we have come to the inevitable end of our news bulletin, viewers at home. But before signing off, let's take a look at our top stories making headlines once again. The Minister for Sports, Culture and Youth Affairs, Honorable Harris Matsebulunga, officially launched the Jovela Industry Campaign. The Manzini Ndabazabantu, Mr. Tamsangatigati, paid a visit to the Khumalo homestead at Luyangweni over a dispute that has been going on for some time now. And finally, parents from St. Christian High School were very furious today during a parents and teachers meeting held at the school. Thank you very much for staying with us. I would also like to take this opportunity to remind you about the importance of fighting against the spread of COVID-19. I am Kanyusile Mambuza, wishing you a very good night and may God bless you.